Tell everybody. My mom is doing an Instagram live with Seed Tech, and it's going to be about technology. Everybody, get ready. Hi, guys. What is that cat, that gif of the typing cat or whatever? Okay, so this is called Nerding Out. That's what I'm calling this Instagram live. I'm about to do a live with my friend Matt from Seed Technology, Seed Tech. Actually, let me put this in here. Seed Tech LLC. Yeah, my cat can talk. That's what we're going to learn about today. But it's really cool. Matt is going to help us do technology things while in quarantine. If you have a business or need help with the business or want to start a side hustle or something, he is going to be there to help you with all the things you need to know. And his company is doing a lot of stuff for free right now. Yes, free. I said free 99. So it'll be really cool. Wish you were Northwest. Hi, guys. Tell them, Caroline, we love your sweater, especially because it's gray and you can't see my hairs on it. I just sent someone, I can't say who yet, a Wish You Were Northwest baby onesie. And I'm so excited. So Matt is about to join from Seed Tech LLC, and you guys will nerd out with us over all the cool technology things. Like if you're doing Zoom, how you can interact with your family and do fun stuff with them. And Max, I don't know where Max is. She's upstairs somewhere. Listen, the comments don't do well for me because I am like Dory. Everywhere. Every time you send someone. Love you guys. Wish You Were Northwest was like my first interaction with a company. One of my first interactions with the company when I moved to Washington. You guys are the best. I listen to Elvis every morning. Mom is doing good. She actually had a mini procedure yesterday on her foot/leg. And they opened up some arteries in her leg, which is super cool. Uh-oh. Did I miss it? Oh. How often does Evan lose beat the Brit? Every day. He's maybe won once. I didn't know that Matt was waiting in the little waiting room thing. I didn't know you were. How long were you just sitting there listening to me talk?
It didn't do anything for a good 3-4 minutes, and then suddenly it just popped up. So
okay, well that's because I didn't let you in because I didn't know. So sorry.
It's all good.
Everyone got to see Caroline though, so it was a good time. Okay, so everybody, this is Matt. Meet Matt. He is
Hi,
from
everybody.
Seed Tech. Matt, how many years has it been since we first came in contact with each other?
You were working at Elvis Duran answering phone calls, so
Yeah.
that long ago?
And you would call into the show and like comment on Facebook, and that's just how we got in touch. And fast forward now to working out here in Seattle and starting my Side Hustlers podcast. Matt started his own side hustle, and I had him on the podcast almost 2 years ago, if not 2 years ago at this point. And he has since become my go-to, like anything technology, anything goes wrong, I go to Matt. Anyone who's been on Side Hustlers also goes to Matt for all of their technology, web, social media, everything at this point. So your side hustle is the company we're going to talk about today, is Seed Tech, and now it's your full-time job. You're doing all things right now that are really cool to help people get through social distancing and quarantine for small businesses. You're doing free things. So I wanted you to be able to tell everyone about that today. So first things first, Zoom is what everyone is doing right now.
Yeah.
What are some things that people can do on Zoom that aren't meetings?
So, yeah, everybody loves doing Zoom meetings, I'm sure. They're a blast nowadays, like asking what everybody's wearing underneath. I'm sure everybody's tired of that dry joke. But a lot of people are using it for birthdays. A lot of people are using it for weddings now, especially in like New York City. You can get married over Zoom. That's pretty weird. But playing games too. Like I've been hosting Quip Clash.
So I haven't done this yet at all.
Have you played Jackbox games before?
No.
No. Okay. So a lot of people have, a lot of people haven't. Jackbox is it's an in-person party game. Like you have 8 people there, and then you can have everybody in the room vote on your answers, but you can't hang out in person right now. So if you stream it from a Zoom, and you can invite all your friends to play on video, and you can watch their reactions and play through your phone still, you can still play a game.
Okay, that's cool. And now everyone's using Zoom for a birthday party. So that's kind of cool because my family's like, oh, we should do a Zoom. And I'm like, I don't want to get on a Zoom just to talk. Like, let's actually do something. We're doing bingo nights sometimes, but even that's a pain in the butt. So Jackbox and Quiplash, you're telling me, are what I need.
Yeah, Quiplash is a game from Jackbox. So people are also using the House
Okay.
Party. I'm sure
Yeah,
you've heard of House
I've
Party.
used that.
So House Party is the same thing, but just from your phone. So people are doing Draw It and Heads Up. So those are other fun games that you can play.
Okay. So if anyone has any questions at all about anything technology at all, you can comment right now and Matt is my tech guru, so he will answer it or at least attempt to answer it. I'm putting you on the spot. Sorry.
That's fine.
But
I'll take it.
your company Seed Tech is doing a lot of cool things right now that we're going to get to that and how people can, for if they have a company, get some stuff for free from you guys, which is awesome that you're doing this. But you are kind of like the go-to person in our Slack group. So I have a Slack group for everyone who has been on my Side Hustlers podcast. So to get in that group, you have to have been a guest on the podcast, and it's like this cool little community. But everyone in there will be like, I don't know how to do this on my website, or I'm trying to add this system to my store and I don't know how to do it. And you're kind of the guy on there. So Slack is what we use. So tell people about Slack and why it's super cool.
I love Slack. We started using Slack when we got Seed going the first time. And because I was just tired of email. I don't know about you guys, but like email is so annoying, back and forth, back and forth.
If I could get rid of emails,
One letter answers, it's too much. So
I hate it.
it's like a chat room for adults. Like think of AIM, but for adults now. And you can do all your images, any documents, share everything. You can have calls in it. So it's an easy way to, rather than going back and forth and waiting on people and searching through endless emails, you can just keep in contact quickly and chat. That makes so much more sense.
You don't have to give your coworkers your cell phone number. So that's a plus. So it's like that same idea, but it's kind of keeping your messages all in one place. We did just get a question from Claire. She said, is it worth it to wait for the latest release of a laptop, or should I go ahead and buy one now? She wants a MacBook Pro.
Okay, so I worked at Apple, so the coolest thing about working...
I didn't know if you could say that. So
I can say that because it's been like 10 years or something now.
Okay.
But the philosophy's never changed. It's pretty much what you want to use. We've had so many people come in and just be like, I want the latest, I need the greatest. You really don't. What you want to do on it makes more sense. And we've gone over this with your laptop recently. And just trying to save money. So it depends on what you need. Do you need the latest version? Probably not. Especially Macs, they last, I would say, 8+ years if you take care of them.
If you're not me.
Yeah, if you're not spilling water on them in the middle of a live show, then yeah, they'll last more than 8 years for you. But
what about like a refurbished? Because I know you can buy refurbished laptops from Best Buy.
That's how I got my first Mac. I bought one used from somebody on Craigslist that originally it cost $1,400 for them, and they were going to college and they needed something much stronger. I got it from them for $700, and I used it until, 5 years ago?
That's insane.
Yeah, and it lasted. So now I have my new MacBook, and I have no reason to spend money in it. So you could go refurbished to answer that question, and it'll probably outlast. All right, I would go anything from 2013 and up.
All right, good to know, Claire. I hope that helped. So everyone working from home right now, we're not used to this bandwidth. I know you helped me troubleshoot my Wi-Fi and my internet early on because I am broadcasting my radio show from my house. And I am using all kinds of internet all day long, and it was slowing down. So what are some things that people can do working from home to keep their internet refreshed and fast? Yeah,
so with everybody working from home, the bandwidth, which is the amount of like traffic that's allowed, is pretty much completely shuttered. Plus, people are on Netflix, people on Hulu, people watching YouTube, people watching while working. And all those networks across the world have agreed, and companies, to kind of slow it down. So I don't know if you've noticed, but watching things on YouTube, it's 720p, not HD or 4K.
Yep.
So the best thing to do, just restart your Wi-Fi, restart your modem, just unplug it at the end of the night or when you wake up before you start working, and it kind of like refreshes it. It's the same old turn it off and turn it on again, but it really helps.
That every like Apple genius or my engineers at work will say, but did you restart it? And I'm like, why didn't I do that? Always restart it so that when they ask you, you can be like, I did.
You always say
I tried it. And also, I know a lot of people turn off their Wi-Fi modem routers at night because they don't want the frequencies just go. If you don't need it, why are you sending all these frequencies into your body and into your home? So it
Right.
is a good idea to turn it off at night. You're right. Mine's under my couch, so it's a pain in the ass. So now I need to find an easy way to get to it. We got a message that says from Marco, would you recommend Chromebook laptops?
That's a tough one. It depends on what you want to do. If you're using it for, I would say cloud-based things, so email, website, documents, chat, maybe
Not
Google,
video editing.
not video editing, no.
Okay.
Very slight photo editing even. No music editing. So if you're using it for day-to-day school, it's great for a student. It's great for an office, especially if your office is in with G Suite. That's great.
Cool.
That's what I would recommend it for.
Okay, and by the way, if you're just joining this is my friend Matt. His company is Seed Tech, and this is not a paid ad or anything at all. This is me saying to Matt, hey, we should do an Instagram Live to tell people all the cool technology things that you do. And he's got a ton of free things right now that he's doing for small businesses. So I do want to jump into the other cool tips that you have, but let's start talking about some of the things that you are doing for small businesses. And I know one of them, like people think technology, okay, so your company must do things like, I don't understand, like modems and routers and Wi-Fi, but you're also doing social media stuff for companies. And a lot of people, that's not their thing.
Yeah, so we've noticed, especially around in our town in Opakon, we have a lot of small mom and pop businesses that most business owners are probably 45 to 60, and we're watching them dive, unfortunately, because they just don't know how to interact with their community.
No.
So what we're trying to do and what we've been doing now, we're offering free graphic design. So it's a short and simple thing. It's pretty much the same thing repetitively, but for a purpose. The goal is to have a collection of these and share them amongst our social media, other people's social media,
cool.
share them on pages and communities, so they kind of see what's available to them as a community. Those are free. Those are turned around in about 24 hours. That's any business,
Wow.
anywhere.
That's
So
amazing. So
yeah.
you're telling me anyone right here, if they have a business, a small business of some sort, not if you work for Google, figure your shit out on your own. But if you have a small business, they can message Seed Tech on Instagram, and they will be able to work with you guys, and you guys will make graphics and do all that.
Yeah, we'll show you guys what the example that we've done. We probably have it in our story, so you can go back. If not, we'll put it in there. And you can use that. The goal is to try to keep it as close to the same as possible. So share a message, tell them what your hours are, tell them what you're offering, your website and your logo. That's what we try to put together in there for one spot.
Okay, and if you're looking for the Instagram, by the way, at the top of here, it probably says Carla Maria's live with, and then just click that. But wait, don't leave yet. We've got more. And you guys are doing something cool with NJ Eats right now, I think, right?
Yeah, so we just recently partnered up with NJ Eats. They are a pretty cool group of people. They're going around. They're kind of big foodies that love to help their communities with that stuff. I'm sure you've seen them because they're all over New Jersey and they post specials of restaurants. So we're working with them to get closer to business owners to kind of use that relationship to help them, because when we've gone to business owners, they don't know who we are yet. So if we're partnering with people that are, very well known and very respected, we have a good hope of helping those.
It's awesome.
People.
Yeah, for sure. So again, if you have any questions for Matt, anything technology related, ask it in here in the comments, and I'll try to get it answered by Matt, because he's got a lot going on. He can't answer all these questions all the time because he's got all my technology questions, because he has saved my ass so much, at least in the last 3 months, let alone in the last year. He's probably regrets talking to me ever. Oh, okay, this is a great question. Lana Ray Handmade Roxy is her name. She said, I have no clue how to use LinkedIn as social media. Would love to hear more about that. And it's been a topic on the last few Side Hustlers episodes as well.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people have been saying, if you're a business owner, LinkedIn is your Instagram for other business owners.
Yeah, and I'm terrible personally with using LinkedIn, but
Great.
I used to have to use it for my old jobs. For my own business, it's a little different. LinkedIn, in my opinion, is becoming more for small businesses, but it started out more like executive to executive, high level businesses. It started out with that. It was like what Facebook was for colleges when it first started.
Okay, that
But
makes sense.
now LinkedIn is more of a community of business owners, of entrepreneurs, people that like really want to go professional. So I've had clients do good success with putting ads on LinkedIn, with just posting on LinkedIn.
It's tough.
Uh,
Like it is honestly, like I consider myself social media savvy and I get on LinkedIn and I'm like, oh, this is way too professional for me. Like I don't belong here. But it
yeah,
like a lot of people will write blogs on there about their industry and it's another game to be a part of, honestly. But it
yeah.
works.
And there's a lot of inspirational people on there that are trying to like,
It's true.
boost morale all over it, which is pretty nice.
So we got a message from AF Whalen. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. He said, "Do you make house calls?"
I do make house calls, not right
Not
now,
right now.
obviously, but
Right.
yeah, afterwards we do. We also do smart home stuff. We do cameras. We do like, what are they? Smart anything in your smart home we can do.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I wish. How many times have I said, "Please come to Seattle to make my home a smart home," because I can only text you so many times. But Anthony just got in here. Can you please tell him why iPhones are better than Androids?
Oh man,
No.
just gonna start a war.
No, no, we're not going to do that. Anthony said Google Home or
Google
Alexa.
Home. That's an easy one. Google Home for sure.
Okay, so Matt is the reason why I switched to Google Home from Alexa, and I'm going to show you my Google Home really quick. It's a Google Home Nest
HomeKit's good
Hub
too.
Max. It's so many things, but this is it. Hey Google, what's the weather today in Seattle?
In Seattle today, it'll be rainy with a forecasted high of 53 and a low of 47.
Okay, so I mean she does. Okay, Google, stop. She does the same things that Alexa does, but better.
Yeah.
Which I know asking the weather really didn't tell you much, but I'm
Well,
a fan. I did switch.
someone asked why Google Home. In
Yeah.
my opinion, it's so much more easy to integrate with everything. The Google Home app is like your one central place. The Google displays now. I just got one for my desk recently. I have it all over my house. I have it
Yeah.
built into my cameras. So, and they're becoming much smarter and more integrated with everything. So, Alexa's great, but you said it yourself. Alexa's for shopping. Google Home is for literally everything
Living.
else.
Yeah, like I
Yes.
will tell it, I'm not going to say it so it doesn't happen, to play a certain state because I have YouTube TV. So I'll be like, play this, blah, blah, blah. And it'll play it on my TV. And I'm like, I'm living in, what is the Disney Channel movie? Smart Home? Smart
Yes.
House? Yeah. So it is way, yeah, Metalhead Mikey, who I has apparently said that he asks you all his tech questions too, says it's way more user friendly. And that's 100% true.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
Erica messaged and said, besides Google Docs, is there another type of document sharing platform you recommend for coworkers?
For coworkers.
Tough.
Really, so you have G Suite, which is Google Docs, if that's the professional version
Yeah.
of it. Now you have what was once called Office 365, as of 2 days ago is now Microsoft 365. That's
Oh, yeah.
pretty much what everybody's used to. So if like you've ever used Office, Excel, those with Microsoft 365 is now the main, yeah, the main competitor to G Suite. Besides that, Pages is great if you're using Apple. That works with iCloud.
Oh, wow.
Numbers is another good one. But honestly, I use mostly Google, the whole G Suite for all of my stuff personally.
Okay, so Horton Curtis actually has a great question. So I think this is off of you saying, Matt, that people should reboot their routers at night or turn them off for a little bit. He
Mhm.
says, my Wi-Fi controls my Ring video security camera. Is there something else I can do besides turning my Wi-Fi down? Turning it
To
off. I guess if you're gonna reboot, then obviously reboot and restart it right away. Make sure no one peeks
Right,
open your door while you're doing that.
yeah,
I maybe not reboot it overnight, obviously.
yeah. I
So
wouldn't leave it unplugged overnight. Like I said before, we have cameras outside. We have cameras for the
mm-hmm.
animals in the house. So when we do it, it's about a 30 to 45 second wait. So we'll do it over that amount of time. But yeah, I wouldn't leave it unplugged overnight unless you don't have cameras
Yeah,
or smart home assistants.
that's true.
That's a good point too, because if you do have smart home controls, they'll be unavailable.
Yeah, that would really suck when my alarm doesn't play Elvis Duran in the morning show to wake me up in the morning on my Google
Yeah.
Home. Okay, so another cool thing that Seed Tech is doing right now to help small businesses, is I'm going to read what you sent me, and I'm going to make you say it in normal people words because I'm just like, Matt, these words are too big. You said strategy and preliminary analysis of your business. WWTF.
So
that
that's
mean?
just a fancy way of saying that we'll review your social media, we'll review your Google page, your website, and kind of give you a free consulting of how we can make it better. Take you, I hate to say it, and I don't mean anything rude by it, but a lot of businesses still have pages that look like they're from the 90s when
No, that's
AOL was first
okay.
invented.
You're allowed to say that. Like, I go on some websites and I'm like, I am not trusting you because if you
No, they're
don't
not
care,
secure.
and we talk about this on with our morning show all the time. Representation is so important. If you don't care about those small details, how am I supposed to know that you care about the big details? And
Right.
unfortunately, a website is a lot of people's first chance to look at you and represent your company. So you need to have it up and running and perfect. So yes, you guys will do a whole overall analysis, and you're going to help people with their Google business listings too, because that's a huge thing as well. Like if I'm searching Google or Google Maps and it gives me wrong information about a business, it's so frustrating.
Yes, and what's cool, I don't know if you've used it or noticed it, but if you ask your Google Assistant, hey, is this place open? If they've updated on Google My Business, it'll say, by the way, they're offering takeout, but there's no dine-in or anything right now. Or they've adjusted their hours, or you should contact them to verify. But unless the business does that, they don't know. So customers are blindly looking for places, and right now, so many customers are calling restaurants, and on Google it says they're open, and there's no answering message because these people that own these businesses don't know what's going on for their end.
It's
So
crazy.
it's not easy.
Yeah, it's funny that you bring that up because I was noticing that the other day. It'll be like COVID-19 may affect these business hours or business hours has changed. I'm like, wow, that's cool that people have actually done that, but not everyone knows to do it. And like you mentioned earlier, a lot of them are mom and pop. Maybe it is older people and they don't have someone. So if you're listening right now and you're watching this and you have a local restaurant or whatever it is that you go to all the time, and there's no way those owners know anything about social media or web-based anything. Matt and SeedTech, they're the place to go. I just flung off my own glasses because they will help you and they're going to help that business and they're doing it for free, which is amazing. It's super cool that you guys are doing that. And you don't have to be in New Jersey where Matt is. You can be anywhere.
Yes.
Claire said it's frustrating when I try to support local businesses, but I can't find out when and if they are open. Exactly. So Claire, if you actually do get in touch with a business who you didn't know if they were open and then they are open, send them to Matt. He will help them. So you guys can keep sending your questions for anything tech at all to Matt right here in the comments. People, it's crazy seeing how people are joining. They must be telling their friends, hey, there's a nerding out session going on. Come join, because that's what I'm calling this.
Free tech help is the most valuable thing probably at this point.
It seriously is. So tell me about this Calendly. Calendly, am I saying that right? Calendly app?
Calendly, yeah. So my friend Jules uses this. She's a professor and she has a bunch of students right now that are working, doing everything from home just as she is. And rather than going, okay, let's try to figure something out, there's a link that she sends. It shows them her schedule, and then they just book an appointment. It syncs with Gmail. It syncs with Outlook. It for free for how long? I think for a few weeks. I think 4 weeks or 6 weeks.
That's cool.
And you can use that if you're a business owner and you're trying to find a way to organize people to contact you, whether it's new clients or you have customers that are just trying to get in touch with you and you're all over the place. It books it for you.
That's cool. That is really cool. So Calendly, like calendar, but Calendly.
Yeah.
Okay. And then go ahead. What were you saying?
We'll post about it in our story too, so you guys can easily find it.
Sweet. And then Joey just said iPhone backup, iCloud or computer backup or a program. This is what I've been working with Matt on for myself.
Yeah. So we've been heavily into this. So my rule of thumb, ever since I've owned one, I always do an iCloud backup because it's just easy. It's very convenient. It does everything very quickly. But if like my iCloud backup is 102 gigs because I got a lot going on my phone. It's where I run my entire business from. My iPad is another like 32 gigs for my backup. that's a lot of data that you could easily lose. So I also do a backup on my computer. So I do both. It just makes more sense. If you need it, you have it. If you get a new phone or if something changed and you updated your iCloud 3 days from when you first did it, you can always go back.
So I have an iCloud backup now because how many gigs did I have? My photos were like 25,000 photos. It was
Yeah, I
something
forget.
insane.
It was a big amount.
So I upped my iCloud backup at the moment, but you helped me take all of my photos from Apple Photos and move them to Google Photo because Google has unlimited, what is it? Unlimited storage for life.
Yeah, unlimited storage for life. They put it in quotes for life, but unlimited high res storage. I'm gonna say it's for life.
Yeah.
High res is it's 1080p HD, pretty much what you're gonna have unless you're working with 4K footage. You don't really need to have that. So yeah, unlimited photos. It's so much easier to search your photos. They're everywhere. They're easy to access and share. I love Google Photos.
No, I am a big fan of it now that you have for the last year tried to convince me to switch over to it, and I did. So when I got my new iPhone, I did not back up my photos. Like I got a new iPhone and had no photos on my phone, which was the scariest thing ever. But a few weeks in, I'm totally fine. I am using Google Photos, obviously still taking pictures with my iPhone and they'll save to photos, but a lot of times I will at the end of every night when I'm going to bed or at the end of the week, I'll delete a bunch of things and it's super refreshing knowing that what I need is in Google Photos, but like I'm getting rid of the trash that I don't
Right.
need at the end of every week. So Google Photos, it is a scary leap, but I highly recommend using Google Photos to back up everything. Plus, I can have them play on my
Smart
Google.
displays.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're great. Those displays turn into live photo albums that you don't have to do anything. The Google AI figures it out, finds the best
It's
ones. You're
cool.
not getting blurry, weird photos. It's just a bonus. And we found a local, like a backup way for you to use your photos through photos when you need them.
Yeah.
So people should know that you can use both
Oh yeah,
and like
absolutely.
bridge your way through it. You'll be all right.
And it's been just fine. And yeah, the searching thing has been cool. I know that like Apple Photos has like face recognition, but I think Google Photos is way better. It also
Yeah.
pairs with like your contact of that person. It's just the
It,
interface and everything is much smoother. Like today I typed in national parks because it's Earth Day and
yep.
I found all my national parks trips. I don't know how it knew, but it
Yep.
knew. I
It's
don't
neat.
care. It was cool. So if anyone has any questions for Matt from Seed Tech, you can drop it below. You can also go to Seed Tech Media on Instagram, which you can click somewhere over here and message Matt. Or you can also go to seedtechllc.com for any of the free things that Seed Tech is doing right now to help small businesses and any of your future issues that you may have with technology. But I know, Matt, you guys were doing something cool where you were helping people's grandparents or anyone who didn't know how to use FaceTime, Google Duo, whatever it may be, whatever video chatting app, you were helping their grandparents set it up.
Yes. Yeah, that's how we started this whole thing when this whole coronavirus exploded. The first thing that we wanted to do was help make sure people could stay in touch with one another because we knew the isolation was going to get to people. How many weeks has it been? 5, 6 now that it's been official, and even
Yeah.
before then. So, people are going to go stir crazy, and we go back to it's just that generation. They're not built for this. They have no idea what to do during this,
Every time I
and
FaceTime my mom, she'll be like, it'll be this. And she'll be like, oh, you're here. And I'm like, yeah. And she'll be like, I thought you were on the phone. I'm like, I am on the phone, Mom. I'm just also on
yes.
video. And it's so true. It's just like, why is this so hard for you to comprehend?
Yep, that's the exact same process that I get with my dad. Oh, I added my dad to a family Zoom chat the other day. Exact same look, and then we were just looking at a light for 5 minutes. And so we try to help them understand that like when you're using something, you don't have to be here to do it.
Yep.
You can take a step back. But those displays that you have too, those help with Google Duo.
Mm-hmm.
So if people have them, if you're getting them for your parents or your grandparents, it's an easy way to call them. I do it when I need to get my mom's attention. I ring her whole house, which is nice.
Yep.
So, yeah, no, they're helpful.
And I will also say that, like, if my patience will run out very quick with my own parents, as I'm sure anyone does. But if you can have Matt do it, it'll be way different because, your
Yeah.
parents are going to be nicer to him and he's going to be nicer to your parents than you probably will be. So hilarious. Claire said, my dad tells me I'm frozen when he's the one who is frozen.
Yeah, a lot of my mom and I get into that all the time. It'll say, "You're paused. Where'd you go?"
Yeah.
That's a top one. And a lot of people don't know too. If you're using an easy one, if your whole family and friends use iPhones, FaceTime does up to 32 people now.
Yes, my family's been doing this. So we have a group chat, and one of them will just hit FaceTime, and then like you'll get a little message that everyone's on FaceTime. You can like join in. I didn't know it did 32 people. There's like 12 of us, which is already too many. So who is 32? Who's doing 32?
And why did they stop right at 32 of all things?
What is that? That's the number, the max amount of people you can listen to at once, probably in your headphones.
That you can tolerate. Yep.
Cool. All right. Well, seedtechllc.com for all your tech needs, and then Seedtech Media on Instagram. You can reach out to Matt. And we have a person here saying we aren't all that tech unsavvy. Plus, I have bookmarked Matt's business for future reference.
Well, thank you. And cool. one thing we learned at Apple is, like, anybody that's coming to us, whether it's a kid or an adult or a grandparent, we treat everybody the same because, nobody knows where you are with technology. So there's no stupid question. There's never feel embarrassed to ask anything. Like, I've had people just ask me why their screen doesned turn on. And I said, well, did you check if it's plugged in? And they're like, oh my God. And it's, it happens. We're people. We're humans. That's all.
I do it all. That happened with one of my engineers at work last week. He's like, but do you even have the program open? I was like, no, I don't. Like, our brains don't work all the time like that. And plus, you're so used to doing something that sometimes you forget to do it, like turning on the screen or whatever it may be. So yes, reach out to Matt for any of your tech questions, or even, like you said, you will work with companies on their POS. What is this PO system? That's all I know.
Point of sale system, POS.
Point of sale system,
so
POS.
Like, a lot of people are using Square and Clover, like people that are just starting business, coffee shops, sub shops, pizza shops, bakeries, individual places. We're really big with helping those. We're partners with Square as well, so we can help you get better advances on that kind of stuff, easier money. They do Capital. They do Capital now as well, especially during this whole COVID thing. So we can help you if you're working on something with a small business or trying to get it started.
All right, awesome. And then they can go listen to your original episode of Side Hustlers, which was so long ago, and it's like SeedTech has evolved so much since then, almost 2 years ago. But we've had you on a recent episode. I think it was 2.5, maybe 3 weeks ago. So they can go listen to Side Hustlers on refreezing. Are you frozen or am I frozen? Did we freeze?
We were both frozen.
You can listen to Side Hustlers on Apple Podcasts or iHeartRadio app to hear more about SeedTech, which is super cool. Matt, thank you for doing this. Oh, we got someone.
Thanks for having me.
Google Home and give my Alexa to a friend.
That's a good idea. It's they're just more fun in general. They're really fun with kids too, if you're using them with kids, especially with the displays. They're very helpful if you need help for homework with your kids right now. They can teach your kids how to spell. They can teach your kids manners. There's bedtime stories. There's a cool bunch of stuff.
I need the manners thing. I'm gonna go do that now. Well, thanks everyone for hanging, and thanks, Matt.
Yeah, thank you. This was a lot of fun.
I know, everyone. Look, good info. Nerding out was so fun. Nerding out with Matt. I love it.
Yeah, anybody contact me if you want to nerd out. I'm around.
Okay, bye, nerd.
See you later.
Bye.
Hanging out with us, it is the Carla Marie and Anthony Show on 106.1 KISS FM.
I'm Carla Marie.
My name is Anthony.
I'm Alabama.
And I'm English Evan.
And no matter how you're listening, thank you, whether you're listening here in Seattle or anywhere in the country on our free iHeartRadio app.
Or don't forget, you can always tell your Amazon Alexa or your Google Home to play KISS FM Seattle.
And stream us live behind the scenes on Twitch, twitch.tv/Carla Marie and Anthony.
And keep up with us on Instagram at Carla Marie and Anthony.
You look great.